is important. It's the explanation is more important than the actual doing it.
Yeah.
We can't. You can't do immediate facts. But if you can explain reality, humans like to know why things are happening. They like to talk to themselves or explain themselves, and hopefully share it with other people. People don't have a general consensus of what the explanation of reality is, which creates a metaphor, which becomes community. There's no way to have a shared environment. So I say Dogstown is someone who creates a community because he explains exactly what's happening. Now, you won't understand why it's real at first, but after a while, you'll understand. Part of the way of understanding is do a few media fasts so you notice it. And then
for some reason, the first time ever in the last month, I'm like, it's easier now to talk to people that are in their 50s and 60s up, have a conversation, than anybody younger, because they're just fucking nut job, whack job.
No, they're post-verbal.
Post-verbal.
Yeah, they don't have conversations. They're not interested in that.
And the media fast, in my mind, would allow me to reconnect to the pre-verbal, or the intuitive.
Yeah, but no, there's more than that. You got to realize that that's an intuitive and medium. That's what it's built on. TV is an ESP. It's intuition so fast. These kids don't know how to speak because they're very good at watching the rapidity of the changing of the channels. So these fast movies, I go to a Transformers, are going so fast I don't know who's fighting who.
Right.
Probably a young mind can follow it because they got trained eyes. But ask them to verbalize what the hell it meant. No, they can't do that. But they can keep up with surfing it. You know, they can surf
short,
it.
like text.
Yeah.
They can text you what happened.
Yeah, look at this happening over there. This baseball hit that thing. Right? Yeah. And that's like instant text messaging. Now, last night we had our meeting. We're all old people.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And Eric came over. He's in his 50s. And he says, I love this. I was sitting around talking to people. And and what we talked about it mostly is about why young kids can't talk.
Right.
See? So you have to recognize the verbality and the diction. Older people are addicted to speech because they grew up in a slower thing. And they're wondering why the young kids can't speak and whether that's a problem or not. It's a problem for old people because they're isolated.
I bet there's very few families that get together and have dinner like the families do.
There are no families.
Right.
No.
And then they can't do that and then have this not go off interrupted. Or the phone, or the TV.
So what?
I want to know what's the problem for old isolated people.
No, they...
mean us?
No problem.
Nothing's not a problem?
There's no problem, man. As long as you understand my stuff, you can understand. You know, they say that the concentration camp victims, Bruno Bettelheim or somebody who's studying this, the concentration camp victims, the pain wasn't that they were going to get killed and other people were getting killed in the town, is they did not know why. Which means they could not verbalize why this strange environment was happening. So humans need to know why. That's called search for meaning. All it is finding a thing that sounds real to you, and you explain it to yourself. It's God. It's all about God. I believe in God. That seems to used to be a phrase that explains something. Anybody who looked into it didn't mean anything. So now, and the Evereens predict this, in this next 100 years, the search will be not finding anything, but the search itself. So understanding how we've come to that point.
Not finding anything, but the search itself?
The search itself will give people meaning.
The surfing.
Because
never mind synthesizing it into any kind of story.
Just seeking it.
Well, because things are changing so fast.
Just surfing
right.
through
You can't get a meaning.
No, you can't get a meaning. So, what we have now is people, over the last 30 years, you have many cultures of people trying to find the old kind of meaning, and establish what it means. As things get faster and faster, and then even communication of what it means disappeared. So, by another 50 years, people will be used to not knowing and finding meaning in not knowing, and that's what's great. We can say they will come to a stable relationship to that, but right now, the early people, these generations, are not able to take that transition.
So I have no problem, because I don't know anything.
That's right, yeah, it's better not to know anything, but to understand why. See, I'm giving the last explanation before you dive into the unknowing. You now know if you...
There you go!
Wait a minute, what?
Because ignorance is bliss.
Ignorance is bliss.
No, it isn't. Yeah,
you're saying the truth doesn't set you free then?
Yes, I'm saying it pisses you off. Now, here's the thing. But my truth, that's the old truth. My truth is, I will give you the explanation, you'll memorize it, study a little bit, realize it's true, the four-body thing, then ignore it and go swimming around in the ignorant new daily activities that you got to do.
Because you have to, because
that's right. But if someone asks you verbally, why this happened, you say, well, as Bob said, blah, 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 blah,
Right.
the 4 bodies, you've got something to tell them. They go, oh, I never thought of that. And they go, oh, that's interesting. Think about it for a couple of years. I say, yeah, I think that's about the best thing I heard. That's nice to know when I need to know why I'm doing this for my chemical brain. But I got 4 other bodies that dive in and swim around. That's why Bush gets on. Perfect resonant image where I don't know what's going on, doesn't matter. What? Did somebody lie? No, we don't lie. We're just doing what we have to do, man. It's funny. A war built on a lie. It really is an amazing truth.
Presidency built on a lie.
Everything was built on a fucking lie.
Yeah.
Which means, I was right, it was a post-information society. Lie means, well, it's not real information. But people don't know you can't have real information. You can't even have lying information.
Why can't you have real information?
Well, it's going to be based on.
A lie.
What 4 bodies? What are you going to fucking this is always tough to explain, you know. But it's always.
How can you have
Well, just
non-real
take a
information?
moment. Take a
Take
moment.
a breather.
Take a breather.
Take a breather before we tackle this one. Yeah, let me think. I might even have to think about my answer.
I'm just in my sick way. I'm trying to box it all in.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
a
yeah.
Nice, simple.
You try to
thing.
classify very evil,
No.
very bad. But I'm the great classifier. We got 4 bodies. This is what you're doing. Da, 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 da. But
So you're the evil one.
oh yeah, dead. Yeah, I'm the only one alive. The last one holding out, beat all the Indians up.
But Cold Fusion
That's like
break it.
I began.
That's a lie.
Hey, listen to
That's
this.
a lie, right?
Yeah.
Here's we did our performance the other night at Jerry's gallery. We dedicated to Walter Bower. So then a young girl, well, not a young, a woman, get up and read her poetry, and Jerry and his band backed her up. Then they introduced me. I get up and I say, well, this is dedicated to Walter Bower. Just want to tell you, everybody, I killed Walter Bower. I killed May Brussels, and listed over 100 fucking people. And everybody's going, yeah, yeah! And I'm watching these nuts respond. And so then I went into a rant. They got 5 minutes, and they all fucking loved it. And yet I had started out saying, I killed the guy this is dedicated to. But I knew there's no content. Nobody's going to observe it and perceive it. You know, what? You can say
So
anything.
okay.
So Walter's up in the airplane and says, oh, that's nice, they're dedicated. Bob, that fucking asshole Bob, this is Walter. He did it again because he killed me.
Yeah, he always used to bitch about Bob.
Yeah.
When I was living in Santa Monica, he's full of shit, man. Then after 911 happened, I walked into his room and he just goes, Bob's a genius.
But it only lasted about 2 weeks, and then he's like, Bob's a fucking asshole.
Yeah, because he should try and wrap it around.
Yeah. Bob's a genius. As if you would know who he's referring to. It was an ongoing subplot of his life. Which you didn't know that he would say that.
He was, because Walter
Yeah.
always used to think he was the genius.
Oh, yeah, no, he's the only one.
Yeah,
He's the only one. I mean, he said, this was good, but he definitely put you in a completely different classification.
Yeah, then there's Bob.
But yeah, and then